Right, so this video might be a little bit too long for some of you, so if you were to look in the description of this video right now, you will see I have provided chapters. If you just want to skip ahead to all the collection continuations, or maybe you only care about the likes of clothing and armour, look at the description. I have provided chapters. It's up to you if you wish to do that. And with that, good day, Ruskin enjoyers. I hope you're doing alright, because it's time for the Rust Workshop skin checks. We're going to jump straight in today, so if you want to get a link to this brand new batch of all the skins that appeared over the past weekend and as of Monday, look in the description right now. You'll see the link has been provided. If you just want to sit back and listen to me as I slowly go through all the skins, you're more than welcome to. But hey, maybe you just want to go through all the skins, you know, in your own time. Hey, it's up to you. I'm not going to be upset. So sit back and relax. Let's get started. Let's start talking about the deployables. So we've got a whole bunch of rug skins to start off today, and here we have the Golden Fleece rug produced by Ya. Now this is obviously in reference to the Golden Fleece in Greek mythology, and you know what? I think he's done a very good job of it. Look at that. Do you like the style? Do you like the shine? Do you like the gold? Well, please consider voting yes or no if you happen to be a fan of this. And you know what? If you really like the skin, you could actually jump in and offer a nice little comment. You know, keep them nice and motivated, keep wanting to put out nice and creative ideas in the future. But in parallel, or in the opposite direction, maybe you don't really like the skin that much. But maybe you think maybe they just changed a couple things. Well, do you know what you can do? You can offer some constructive feedback. Be nice, concise, and straight to the point. Give them your personal opinion and whatnot. And hey, if the skin isn't accepted, maybe they might want to do a version 2 in the future. And well, maybe they'll read what you said, incorporate it into the new design. Maybe it gets accepted. You help them out. So you could do that with every skin we're about to talk about today. The option's up to you. Just be nice, you know. So, with that, best of luck to you, Mr. Yeah. Let's see if that works out all right for you. But you do have competition, because what do we have next? Well, we've got the likes of the bamboo rug, produced by Yan and Hormiao. Geared a good look at that. Very nice and on display. Look at all of that. Looking pretty interesting there. Right, so, if you happen to be a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. But next up, more rug skins. This time we have the likes of the Sumi E Rust. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, Jenna Kroko. I'm very sorry. Sumi E, also known as ink wash painting, is a form of East Asian brush painting. Alright, okay, I made sure to write that. Term Sumi means black ink, E means painting. Just the E? Okay, well, cool. Right, get a good look at that. Do you like this design? Are you a fan of this? It's got like transparency, so it's kind of split apart, but it still seems to be like stuck together still. So yeah, it's more like a display piece rather than a rug. And if that, you know, if that impresses you, if you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. And what do we have here? It's the first collection continuation to discuss. So let's hop over to the likes of SCMM to APP, and let's go bring up the likes of that Dead Souls collection. So Dead Souls. Come on, there we go. So this was made like 2022, if I can recall. Yep, there you go. 4 skins were accepted back in 2022, with many others being submitted. Not all of them were accepted, but we haven't seen a new submission for about, well, over a year and a half almost. So yeah, not a single skin submitted back in 2023, unless the skin creator probably hit it, but yeah, we got a rug skin. So let's get a quick look at the likes of this. Pretty interesting looking design with all the skulls with their so happy smiles. Look at that. Oh, they're so happy. Look at this. Ah. So yeah, what do you reckon? Are you a fan of this? Do you like it? By all means, please consider voting yes or no. But let's discuss. If this were to potentially be accepted, would the pre-existing skins potentially spike in demand, spike in price? Well, I'd probably only look at the likes of the deployables more specifically. And, well, I'll be honest with you, with 4 skins being accepted, it doesn't look like it's very in demand, does it? Doesn't look like it's doing a very good job retaining its value. Maybe a new skin being accepted would revitalise interest in it and whatnot, because it's not like there's a ton of these that are bought. 15,000, about 8,000, about 6,000, and the AK only did about 7,000 sales. But I'll be honest with you, it's been out for a very long time. There isn't a lot of interest in it at the moment. But hey, maybe the rug's accepted. Maybe something else is produced for this collection that gets accepted. Maybe the whole collection gets revitalised. But that would require more skins to be accepted. So just keep an eye on this, keep an eye on the collection, and like I said, if you happen to enjoy the design, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, K. Vladimir, and hello. Let's see what happens next. Right, I scroll down and what do we see? 2 furnace skins and one of them's a collection continuation. So first of all, here we have the Snake's Lair Furnace. We've got a little 3D view right here produced by Mr. WAGN, Mr. Wagan. Do you like snakes? Maybe this could be the skin for you. Right, skin, sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, get a good look at that. Very cool, very interesting. Doesn't really shine that much at night, but hey, the whole idea is this cool looking snake. So if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Wagan. But next up, what do we have right here? It's not looking at us. Oh, turn around. Here we go. It's the Khokhloma Furnace version 2. So it's been a while since we had a Khokhloma skin. Let's just quickly remind all of you. I do believe we just had... I've got to remember how to spell this. Is that correct? Yes, we had 2 box skins being accepted, the large box and the small box. Now the small box is in the negative, but only slightly. Remember, best thing to do is quickly take a look at both of these and look at them on the Steam market. How many listings do you have? Only 29. Okay, that's ridiculously low. Over to here, what do we see over here? Well, this only has 22. Alright, okay, no, that's interesting. So what's so special? Well, on average, every rust skin on the Steam market usually has around 100 quantity. At the moment, both of these only have like 20-something, which is quite low, ridiculously low, and just a few sales easily leads to both of them ending up quite easily in the positive. So by default, looking at this, and with a potential brand new deployable skin to be accepted on the horizon, what do you reckon might potentially happen? Well, I can't help but assume we'll see a spike in demand, spike in price. Now, the prime example for a very nice looking deployable collection is the Shadowborn collection. This has only really kicked off recently, and with every new deployable skin we're seeing being accepted, all of these pre-existing skins keep spiking in demand, spiking in price. They're all in the green, they're all in the positive. That is a good looking deployable collection, and it happened over the course of this year, or technically speaking over the past like 2 months. So you get the idea. More deployable skins being accepted, the better the future could be for the pre-existing skins. So personally, I would sit there and say it does look like it's a perfectly fine thing to consider investing into if you truly believe the Khokhloma Furnace will be accepted. Now I will sit here and say Yutka, Lancy, they have been producing a lot of skins quite recently and they haven't been accepted. Over the past good month or 2, we've been seeing a lot of interesting deployables from notable collections being submitted. Many of them haven't been accepted. Shadowborn's been lucky, but there's been many other collections that haven't been lucky. But do you reckon Yutka and Lancy will give up after this if it doesn't get accepted? I don't think so. I'm sure they'll keep at it, you know. Maybe they'll take a break again, because it has been a while since we've seen a Khokhloma skin being submitted. Give them time, let's see how it all turns out. I can see it being potentially nice in the future, as I said, you know, with more deployable skins, all the better. But, you know, it's up to you. But those boxes have done very well to not really go down in price that much, but they do have, like, next to no quantity. Hey, just go buy them and then, you know, they'll probably never really go down in price that much. It's up to you, the choice is up to you. So let's move on to the likes of these storages. We've got some small boxes and we've immediately got more continuations. So first up, we've got the Piggy Bank box produced by Nui. I don't actually know how to pronounce your name, very sorry. If I've said it incorrectly, feel free to tell me. I'm sorry. But you get to see the piggy tail and you get to see the piggy face. Isn't that cute? I'm going to call him Bacon. Right, so get a good look at that. Nice. Pink and probably ever so tasty. If you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Nui. Let's move on to the next skin. And what do we have right here? Well, it's another continuation for the Soullight collection. Now again, it's only one side that's getting all the love. So if you weren't fully well aware, Soullight originally was an armoured door and it had 2 sides. The good, happy, lovely, heavenly side, and then the other side was the hellish, demonic, like hell side, I guess you could say. The skin creators, that being Hypermonster, am I correct? Hypermonster and Newport, yep. They've committed to continuing the set, but they're only making the heavenly, like, sort of skins. So we've got the small box here, and I believe last week we saw the likes of the Sheepman doors. Yep. But if you can see there, originally it was 2 sides. One was my good side and one was my bad side. That's actually the double doors they submitted. So that's a good point to bring up. We've been seeing a lot of submissions for this set quite recently, and they haven't been accepted. But what about a small box? Well, it does have very notable competition. What's that, Hedge? What are you talking about? Well, we'll be showing it off in a second, but yeah. Do you like this? Do you like the design? Do you like the set? Do you think that has a fairly decent chance of potentially being accepted? Because we've only got one skin in this set, and it's the Armoured Door, sold for $4, and right now it's currently selling for $1.70. Wow. Okay, so that's gone down pretty hard, and there's only 51 listings, $2 at the moment. Okay, well, new deployable skin definitely would help it out. We really do want to see that happen, because I definitely bought a bunch of these, but not for a high price. I bought them for like $2 each, but if they're $2 now, I'm not really making any profit. Ugh, damn. But hey, regardless, new deployable skin being accepted, I'm all for it. I'd like to see it. We just need to see it happen, and if that does happen, all the better for the likes of the pre-existing skins, or rather, the skin, the Armour Dorso. By all means, please consider voting yes or no if you're interested in the skin. It's a nice glow-in-the-dark, cool-looking small box, but yeah, maybe we do need to see a lot more skins to really help out the likes of that Armoured Door. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Best of luck to you two. Let's move on to the next skin, because as I said, this has very notable competition. There's the wooden base box version 2. I was trying to say anticipate, but then I also said expect, so I was like, whatever. You get the idea. We were basically expecting this to happen. We were anticipating it, and here we are, a resubmission, a version 2, and I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if this is accepted. What makes you say that? We're already 3 boxes in. I'm pretty sure we're going to get the full set now. They've sold perfectly reasonably fine, and well, yeah, I think the wooden box will probably do just as good. Now, initially, I understood how this was going to play out. We have the stone base box being accepted. I was like, we'd be surprised if we see a sheet metal or a high quality metal base box being accepted, or produced and then accepted. Lo and behold, that did happen. And initially, I did bring up the idea of, are these actually going to work out quite alright, based on the fact that they're all the same item? And whilst people would like to collect, a full collection, would they technically be competing with each other for our love, for our attention? Because when you're making all these skins, are you going to really go through the effort in trying to make all the boxes different so you have a full set out? I'm not really sure everybody's going to be wanting to do that. And this is where I believe when we have the full set out, one skin might potentially get most of the love compared to all the others. Now, as of now, the sales for this sheet metal base box looks like it's going to match up to around the same as the high quality metal base box, which would lead to the stone base box being the one with significantly more compared to the rest. Doesn't really matter too much. If we do see another continuation appearing, I can't help but assume all of these will be spiking demand, spiking in price. When this appeared, both of these did spike in demand, spike in price. Not by much though. This is only up by 8%. This is only up by 12%. This is working out quite nicely now because we're anticipating more. Could there even be another base box after this? Maybe a shelter? Maybe. But I can't really see much else unless Mr. 38 decides, I'm going to go do large boxes next. I mean, he could if he wants to. It might work out alright still, but hey, you get the idea. I don't know if there's going to be even more for this. So whilst this potentially could be accepted, and again, wouldn't be surprised if it happens, I'm fully expecting it. Yeah, you could probably expect these to spike in demand, spike in price again, but will it really be that much? And would it really be worth investing into them? That's for you to consider. Personally, I sit here and say I'd rather just take a step back and just not bother. I already have barders on them, alright? So if I picked up some of these with a barder, I'm happy, I'm good with that, but I don't feel like jumping in and buying into them now, fully anticipating that that's going to cause this to go up even higher in price. Yeah, a full set's going to be nice, but will it always be interesting forever? And what's it going to look like when we hit the likes of the autumn, fall, seasonal dip? September, October, November. You know it gets real bad round then, doesn't it? So we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, it's looking optimistic, and if you feel like it's worth a pop to jump in and do a nice investment, the option is definitely available to you. So best of luck to you, Mr. 38. It's been a wonderful looking set. Loads of people on Twitter have absolutely adored it, but you really do need to consider now, what are you going to do next? Are you going to somehow be able to figure out something to add to this? As I said, shelter might work, or are you going to make large boxes? Are you going to do something similar in design, but apply it to the likes of something else? You could probably do all 4 boxes as a rug skin and make it call it like Rust Village or something. Hey, that might work. It would still be something to add to the collection, but I don't think you really have much else to I'm sorry to say. So hey, it's cool to see, it's awesome looking. Let's see if it all works out. If you like what you see in regards to the small box, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Let's move on to the next batch of skins. Right, large grill, LWB toolbox, and then so got a whole bunch of these large boxes here. Do you like meat? Do you like grilling meat? Well, gentlemen, I have the perfect skin for you. I've got a big slab of meat on my grill. It's the grill large box. Get a good look at that. Right, so not really much else to say. Yes, at night time it does glow, of course. It's simmering. It's simmering. It's adding all sort of flavour. The smoky tech. Oh, God, it's so beautiful. Right, so if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. And best of luck to you, Mr. Jeeba. Next up, what do we have right here? It is the Toolbox LWB, also known as the Large Wood Box. Produced by Mr. Bingo. Get a good quick look at this. He's got all his tools in there. Just got to open it all up. I'm sure you've got plenty of things to pull out at very strange times. But yep, doesn't seem to glow. So if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Bingo. Right, what do we have going on here? Safe Recycler. Well, I'm sure many of you are well aware that changes have been made recently in-game in Rust. Basically, if you were to recycle in a safe zone, you get less resources now. However, if you were to recycle in a dangerous monument, you get a little bit more compared to what you used to get. So, yeah. With new content, or rather changes being added to the game, skin creators are going to make stuff in reference to it. So what we have right here is the Safe Recycler large box, and, well, perfectly fine looking for what it is. So if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Scropin. What do we have going on here? Sill has produced two versions of the Club Largewood Box. So last week we had a sheet metal double door design. You can see it in the background right there. This week we've got a large box. And hey, what do you like? Which one do you like more? Do you prefer the neon blues with the pinks, or do you prefer the sharp, bright oranges with the light blues? Are you a fan of these? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sill. Let's move on to the next hidden. And what do we have going on here? Quincy and Prima, they've only gone and made a very nice, beautiful looking purple night large box. Ever so nice, glowing, bright, so calming, so soothing. So, if you're a fan of this, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Quincy and Prima. Right, scrolling on down, what do we have going on here? We've got some wooden doors. And then we have some sheet metal doors. Yes. So, scroll. Alright, cool. So, what do we have here? It is a wooden door rainbow. So, we've already got a rainbow wooden door. Not sure if this is going to fare alright based on that fact, but it is different. I will give it that. Coloured differently, very bright to a point and whatnot. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Kolatinsky. Let's see how that potentially works out. Next up, what do we have going on here? It's the Dreamweaver's Doorway Wooden Door, produced by Emperor. Get a good look at that. Stands out ever so nicely. At night time, it appears as a darker shade. Oh, the light on the side, the torch brightening it up. But during the day, oh, look at that. Looking ever so nice. Looking ever so pretty. So if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Emperor. Right, what do we have going on here? Woodcarver door, produced by Jessin and Xenia Paris. Very cool looking design right there. It's the primitive man with his primitive AK-47 and lighthouse. I don't know. Lighthouse. I don't know. So yeah, cool looking design. Doesn't seem to glow in the dark. Nope. So if you're Lighthouse. If you like Lighthouse, please consider yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Let's see how that potentially works out. Lighthouse, moving on. So, what do we have going on here? Collection continuation. So, low poly collection. We did see an acceptance not too long ago. Is it low space poly or is it low poly, all one word? It appears to be a low space poly. Right, okay. This isn't a very in-demand collection, and you'll see it very quickly. Everything in the negative. I'm sorry to say, but you can see it for yourself. So by default, you're going to sit there and say, Hedge, what if this skin gets accepted? Will all those skins potentially go up in demand and up in price? No. So that's the low poly collection. So if you like what you see here, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Amir Poly. But if you're going to sit there and say, Hedge, is this a nice potential investment? No. So, moving on, what do we have right here? It's the Red Line Glow Sheet Metal Door. There's only two pictures. Spinoza, where's all the pictures? You haven't brought me all the pictures. I needed more pictures. Anyway, get a good look at that. Bit of a strange looking design. Is that glowing? Doesn't mention any glows, so it looks like you just had your light in it. So, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Spinoza. Next up, what do we have going on here? Goldstone Metal Door. Guys, Jimmy Jadesky, no fuck. Commit your Blackstone or your Polished Obsidian collection. I understand that you want to take a break, but make some other skins. Make clothing and armour. Make more deployables and whatnot. Don't start trying to make 3 different collections, because... yeah, it's not going to really work out for you. I'm just offering some nicer advice. There's nothing wrong with this, but it is quite literally your Blackstone sheet metal door, but coloured gold instead. It's not too hard to notice. So why not just commit to it, or do something completely different? But other than that, Goldstone door. Maybe this gets accepted and I should just shut up, but hey, we'll see. So of course they're trying to set up a brand new Goldstone collection. If you like what you see, if you think this has promise, by all means, please consider, voting yes or no, and best of luck to you too. Alright, what do we have going on here? Old office sheet metal door. I mean, it's like an old computer. It really is. Wow, okay. I think that's just a little bit too goofy, Hessiam. I don't think they'll accept that. It's supposed to look like a door, to a point. Yes, you can add some very weird artwork and whatnot, but I don't think they're going to want to have that. Lo and behold, maybe they do end up accepting that, and then I just look stupid. I mean, we've had that gold chains poncho accepted, so whatever. Hey, it's a goofy idea, and if you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. It might look very good for a stealth build. Now, I know hardly any people know what I'm just saying there, but yeah. On the inside, I've got a 4090 Ti. Anyway, moving on. So what do we have over here? It's the Fallen Angel Metal Door, version 2, produced by Kazaru. Stands out ever so nicely. Look at that, looking very cool. Looking very nice and bright. You can see all the wires connecting to the lights to make it, make sense, I guess. So yeah, no, that's looking pretty. That's looking awesome. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? By all means, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Kazaru. Let's see how this potentially turns out. Yes. What do we have going on here? It's the Imperial Lion Hedge. You can speak English, I think, sometimes. It usually says words nice, good, yes, meh. Anyway, Imperial Lion sheet metal door. Get a good look at that. Shiny. Cool. Lion. Yes. Everything's come to fruition. It's perfect. Right, so if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no for Kira and Stranger Sailor. Best of luck to you too. Oh, yes, right, you might not fully realise this, but if I could just quickly go to the likes of the Rust commits, right, okay, Rust reboot, there it is. If I could just quickly grab this, but change it to Tiger. Not everybody is probably aware of this, but apparently we're getting a Tiger in Rust. Now, how's it going to be introduced? What's it for? We don't know. Maybe we're getting a jungle biome. Maybe we're getting a carnival monument. Maybe tigers are just going to randomly roam around on the island and you're in big trouble. Who knows? We'll see. But anyway, tigers apparently are going to be added to the game. Maybe this is just for a one-off goofy idea. We'll see. But with new content, potentially on the horizon, skin creators take notice. They produce skins. Now, it just so happens Shedborn actually made a tiger crown collection a long, long time ago. 2015. Almost 10 years ago. Shedmon's been around for a very long time. So that got accepted a long, long time ago. And, well, a good few years ago, or good few years after that, the Tiger Crown, it's not Frown and Tiger Head, shut up. Tiger Crown Furnace was accepted. Bipolar Penguin doesn't have that listed as a collection here. I should tell him that. But yeah, we have Tiger Crown Sleeping Bag. No, we have... yeah, we do. No, okay, we got the Furnace. Let me just grab that in a second. Let's quickly grab that. We'll go look at it on the Steam market. What is the Sleeping Bag? Let me go find this out. I'm very sorry. I know there's a Tiger Sleeping Bag. I just don't remember its proper name. Do be aware this came out like 8 years ago and you probably don't even know the name of it. So scroll. What's its name? It's called Tiger Crown. Why didn't it show up? Just continue. Just roll with it. Anyway, so we've got 2 deployable skins here. We've got the Furnace and we've got the Sleeping Bag. And right now that's only selling for $1.24. Which is quite surprising. It's a vintage skin. Anyway, over to here we got the likes of this Furnace. And well, this is currently selling for only 62 cents. But as I said... we potentially might have a brand new... oh, no, go back over here. Go back to the door. Sorry. Door. Thank you. We potentially might have a brand new Tiger Crown sheet metal door. And this very old collection might get a continuation. So yeah, this is pretty special. This is pretty interesting. And again, it's another deployable. What did we just see with the likes of the Shadowborn collection? Now, number one, will everybody be aware that this is an actual collection? Probably not, no. But, as I said, with new potential tigers on the horizon, it's great. Shut up, Hedge. You get the idea. Maybe people probably want to have a whole bunch of tiger theme stuff, and it's there and it's available. We'll see. But by default, will the likes of this potentially spike in demand? Will the likes of this potentially spike in demand? Well, if people are searching for Tiger Crown in the Steam market, they'll probably find out these exist. They'll probably put two and two together and realise it's a collection. I mean, it'll work, won't it? It'll work. So, we'll see. I think, yeah, we could actually see these go up in price a fair bit, but it's more of a case of people are more aware of their existence, and they'll probably like it, and then they'll want to use it. You get the idea. So, regardless, if you like the design, please consider showing your support to the likes of Mr. Shedmon. He is a old skin creator. I'm sorry. He is an elder skin creator. I'm joking, but you get the idea. Maybe we could see a nice old collection, get a nice bit of resurgence, and we get a whole bunch of like armoured doors and whatnot. Maybe a tiger rug. Shedmon, do you reckon you could convert the likes of a bearskin rug into a tiger? Shedmon, I'm onto something here. Give me half the profits if it gets accepted. I'm joking, but anyway. Keep an eye on the likes of that. Maybe we'll see it potentially being accepted. It's up to you to, offer your support and whatnot. Best of luck to you, sir. Let's move on to the next skins. Right, go away, tiger. Yeah. Right. We have garage doors, la da 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 da. So many garage doors, Hedge won't stop yapping. He'll never stop. Right, let's just keep moving. Right, here we go. So, first up with the garage doors, we have Little Ranger and Grumo Katarina's Molten Eye garage door. It glows in the dark. It stares into your soul. Do you sense it? Do you feel it? The unease? Oh, it knows what you're thinking, and it probably wants you to consider, voting yes or no. You get the idea. Concept. So you can see it slowly being built up. I thought we were going to see a progress of the art, but apparently not. It's not a GIF, it's just a picture. I'm so used to that. Anyway, do you like the design? Are you a fan of this? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too, and we'll see what potentially happens with the likes of that. You do have competition though. First up, we got the likes of the... it's a version 2 for Chillag's Lumina garage door. So this is the black version with the glow in the dark. The contrast in the colours is pretty interesting. Pretty cool. And then next up, what do we have over here? It's the white version. Alright, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. So, are you a fan of that? It's not exactly like a straightforward theme, but it's got a straightforward, cool-looking design. Does the colours blend in nicely? Do you like the gradient? Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Chillag. Let's see if either of these potentially has a good chance of potentially being accepted. Please consider voting yes or no. What do we have going on here? Arcane. Okay, alright. So, Lysate and Cobra definitely stretch their limits in regards to how many different potential alternates they're allowed to have. I think 3 is probably the maximum. They've gone with 4. So, first of all, let's just quickly show you this, the glow-in-the-dark transparent version. I don't know where the transparency is. It's not super obvious. I can't see the transparency. Is there like holes or something? I don't see it. I honestly do not see the transparency. Can you? Because I can't. Right, so that clearly glows. Did you just put glowing... Okay, so that has no transparency. I do not see the transparency. I'm very sorry to say, but it would be really helpful if you pointed it out. We don't know if that's like super pay to win. We don't know. Right, let's get a better observation here. I can slightly see it. You've got like little holes here. Okay. Oh, yeah, you can see it there. You can see it there. Okay, now I see it. So it's like wood paneling. Okay, I get it. Sorry. I didn't know what I was looking at. I had to look further. Alright, that's cool. So we got the glowing version with transparency. We've got the glowing version without transparency. We got the no glow transparent version, which you can see the holes there again. And then we got the no glow, no transparent version. I guess that's allowed because at the end of the day, it's just removing like one thing. The skin's the same, but this one just has no transparency. This one does. This one doesn't have glow. This one does. You get the idea. That's not too bad. Look, it's up to you which one you like the most. So please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to the likes of you two. But I think you kind of let's just move on. Alright, what do we have here? Mr. FaZe has gone ahead and produced a ramen shop garage door version 2. See, that's nice and simple. Plus we have kitties, right? Right? You didn't have kitty cats, Cobra and Lyssaint, but FaZe does. Bonus points and ramen. I'm joking, don't worry. So yeah, get a good look at that. Nice and cute, straightforward, looks pretty. Do you like what you see? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Ramen is written as... I can't read that. But yeah, cool. Cool idea, Mr. FaZe. Show more kitties. Right, what do we have here? Confusion with his Neon Hazmat garage door. He showed me this actually a few days ago. Am I correct to sit there and say it looks rotoscoped, as in he probably got a screenshot of someone standing in front of Dome, and then he kind of like drew around it? That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying it's traced, but like, you know the animation where they'll have a guy acting, and then the animators like will draw over it, and then of course, you know, add the actual characters on it and whatnot. Hedge is rambling anyway. Do you like this design? The neon design stands out quite nicely on the metal railing. You can see how all the wires are connecting and whatnot. I always give bonus points to that for the likes of the neon designs. So yeah, pretty cool idea. Pretty straightforward, but nothing wrong with it. Stands out. Shows you what you're made of. So if you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Confusion. Let's see if are you wanting to vote yes or no? Proceed, do what you wish. But I will point this out, we do have a collection continuation right here for the garage doors. We have another of these NeonStorage garage doors. Last week we had up, this week we have down. So yeah, Duck's trying to set up something here that is technically speaking a continuation of the NeonStorage collection. Let me quickly remind you of that, although I don't think I need to, because I'm pretty sure many of you are well aware of it. It's expensive. NeonStorage collection has 18 accepted large box skins, which you can see right there. They all have a very straightforward theme. This is the ammo box. This is the charcoal box. This is the drop box, the clothing box, the guns box. You get the idea. That came out in 2021. That did like an average of 40,000 sales each, all selling at $2.49 each, and I'm pretty sure Duck is a very happy boy after all of that. But since then, he's kind of tried to continue it in different ways. One notable such way was trying to do small boxes. Now, the small boxes weren't accepted, which was unfortunate, but it would have made sense. You know, a small box for the likes of cards and meds and fuel and comps, that makes sense, but no, FacePunch didn't want to continue it, so that's annoying. And now recently he's thought, you know what, maybe I could try and set up like a door set, but still keep it in reference to the likes of the design of the NeonStorage set. So maybe, but what do you need to identify that's up, and what do you need to identify that's down? I don't fully know. And then you're going to also ask, alright, so if these were to be accepted, would all of these potentially spike in demand, spike in price? No. That's already expensive. That is already expensive. I can't imagine loads of people are going to also put two and two together and realise that's, you know, part of the collection of this. Also, wouldn't be surprised if this were to be accepted, FacePunch would probably give this a different name. They wouldn't refer to it as NeonStorage, they'd just probably say the up garage door or the down garage door. You get the idea. So I don't think people would realise this is technically all the same collection. So yeah, that's already expensive. The connection isn't super noticeable, so yeah, I don't really think it's worth investing into the likes of those neon storages, but you probably want them regardless because they look very cool and they're very helpful, you know, for organisation, but they're expensive, so yeah. At the end of the day, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Duck. Let's move on to next skins. Oh, kitties and dogs. Okay, extra bonus points, extra bonus points. We've got paws, we've got cute faces. Need I say any more? So this doesn't glow in the dark. It's a sheet metal double door. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan? Well, please consider voting yes or no. Selitra, let's see how this potentially works out. Did you get a skin accepted recently? No, I got that mixed up with someone else. Sorry about that. Right, so best of luck to you. Let's see if that works out. Again, not surprised to see sheet metal doors have renewed interest, especially after we've seen the likes of the Shadowborn sheet metal door randomly getting acceptance with the past Rust door. So, of course, with the next skin, it's another sheet metal double door. This is the one produced by Slavny, the Koi sheet metal door. You've got to talk slower, Hedge. And, well, first of all, look at that. That's pretty. That's cute. Oh, wow. Get a good look at that. So, you've got all the fish. It glows. Stands out very nicely. Lovely bit of art right there. Calming. Soothing for the soul. So, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. But just to repeat, it does glow. Faintly. All right, it does glow ever so faintly. Very nice. Cool. So, best of luck to you, Mr. Slavny. What do we have right there, though? It's the Neon Vibes collection returning once again. So, Neon Vibes, what you on about? Well, towards last year, we had a pretty cool looking deployable set called Neon Vibes, and it stood out very nicely. It was quite bright, it was quite colourful, And, well, they got accepted. People appreciated them. They sold reasonably. And, well, with every new acceptance, we kept seeing the likes of the pre-existing ones spiking in demand. Now, we'll point this out. We never did get the likes of those storages and the small boxes. You get the idea. That would have been awesome, but that didn't happen. It is what it is. But I will also just point this out. Yeah, some of these are down in price. It's not very nice, but they're only down by like 14% and 5%. Plus, that furnace is like one of the best furnaces in terms of price. Get a look at that. How much listings do we have in the Steam market? Steam market doesn't want to work for me because it hates me. I hate you too, Steam market. Anyway, only 31 listings, currently selling for $4.50, not too far. Oh, actually, no, 16 listings there. Ooh, I was about to say, oh, it's not far off from $5, 16 listings. Why would you do that? If you removed all of them, it could easily rise up to $5. What are you doing? Has that had some recent buyer? Oh, yes, it has. Okay, something funny's going on there. Something funny's going on there. Why is there so many buy orders suddenly all around here at just under $4? Right, something's going on. Right, let's quickly look at the sales history. It's kind of like bounced up a lot. Okay, show liquidity. Liquidity shows how many sales have happened like each day. Don't know. It's weird. All right, well, that certainly won't be going down in price anytime soon. If we were to see the likes of the Sheepman or Double Door, I can't help but assume the collection will be spiking in demand, spiking in price. Maybe those people really do feel like this is definitely going to be accepted. And hey, I wouldn't be upset. It's a cool looking door. Stands out ever so nice, ever so brightly. And if you like what you see, please, by all means, consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Diaz. But overall, in terms of that Neon Vibes collection, I will sit here and say, yeah, I do expect, much like how we saw the Shadowborn collection, if we see another deplorable skin being accepted, those deplorable skins probably won't be in the negative anymore. They'll probably bounce up into the positive. Not all of them, and it probably won't be as strong compared to what we see here, but I would expect very similar behaviour. That's my answer. So yes, you could go ahead and jump into and invest into the Neon Vibes collection. Diaz, don't stop. For all the other deplorables you produced, please consider making a version 2. The boxes, they were perfect. It's unfortunate they weren't accepted, but hey, it's close to summertime now. You'll probably expect more sales. Consider making a version 2, resubmit those previous deplorables. I would definitely look forward to that. So yeah, nice and positive, and that just so happens to be the final deplorable skin of the week. So, gentlemen, out of all those skins, which one was your favourite? Which of these skins do you reckon has a very good chance of potentially being accepted in a future upcoming Rust store? Feel free to comment below. I'm going to take a real quick break, and then we'll proceed with the likes of the weapons and the tools. Cool, that was a bit of a ramble, wasn't it? Sorry about that. So, no complete the sets, unfortunately. That was basically confirmed with like no word after the Rust store last week. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. But hey, maybe they might just be delaying it, and maybe they want to do it in June. No. I'm not going to bring it up anymore unless it's somehow magically being introduced in like June. But yeah, shut up, Hedge. No more of that. Right, so shall we proceed with the likes of the weapons and the tools? First up, immediately, we have a collection continuation. I believe. Is it? I think so. Yeah, that furnace. Do you remember the furnace? You remember the furnace. Come on now. It's not the Kinkali furnace. Yeah, it is. Sorry. It's not called the Kinkali rock, but it is pretty much the same thing. Kinkali, Kinkali, and yes, you were made by Donch and Risato. I am correct. Okay, so this was accepted not too long ago, and yes, this is a dumpling furnace. It's some sort of Georgian dish or something. I don't remember all the details, but anyway, that is the previous skin. Do you think everybody's going to be able to figure out that this is the same skin collection as the likes of this rock right here? Maybe. It does look quite tasty though. I might want to take a bite out of it. Ooh. But anyway. I don't really think a rock is going to suddenly cause the likes of a furnace to spike in demand and spike in price, but I will sit here and say, looking at that, it's got a very random 70-cent bar order there all of a sudden. Did someone try and buy these out? Let's look at this. Look at the sales history. Someone bought out 20 of them from the Steam market just over a week ago, and then it suddenly starts to trend upwards. Oh, some manipulation might be going on there. Keep an eye on that. But by default, with the likes of the rock skin, I don't really think it's going to cause that to spike in demand that much, but well, the manipulators may be able to make it look as if it's spiking in demand with that rock appearing. Oh, it'd be very naughty, but I wouldn't be surprised if that potentially happens. So we'll see. At the end of the day, if you like what you see... Sorry, I had to move something real quickly. If you like what you see in regards to this rock skin, by all means, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. And yeah, it does look quite tasty, doesn't it? But yeah, I don't really expect the furnace to be spiking in demand, spiking in price with the likes of that. But, as I said, based on the weird behaviour I'm noticing here, something funny might be going on. And you know what? I could bring this up. If you haven't noticed, I did upload a video. Oh, let's refresh. I did upload a video. It is the many manipulations of rust skins. Consider giving that a good watch because, well, I do talk about manipulations. So that's interesting to you. Consider watching that. It's a bit of a yapping session, but you do learn quite a lot, especially of how those manipulators work and operate in regards to making skins appear to be a lot more valuable than what they actually are. Right, let's move on. So we got some swords, and then we got some tools, and then we got a collection continuation. Ooh. So, the Ice and Fire sword. Don't you mean Fire and Ice sword? No, Ice and Fire sword. Shut up. So I believe this is the same sword, but you know, one side's got the orange and the red and the other side's got the blue. Is that correct? It's not two separate skins, it's one. He's got a lightsaber. No, shut up, Hedge. But yeah, glow-in-the-dark salvage sword. Would you appreciate something like that? I think people wouldn't be too upset. We really do need some sort of lightsaber skin. Hey, that might be the next best thing. But anyway, are you a fan? Do you like what you see? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. We'll see how that potentially turns out. I've got a hiccup, sorry. What do we have right here? Deep Sea. Oh, hang on a minute. Deep Sea Tools? No. There is a Deep Sea collection. It's Deployables, but that's made by, let's just quickly remind myself. I'm so sorry. Deep Sea Deployables was produced by, well, it's not called Depth Sea, it's called Deep Sea, and it's produced by Vitalik. Do you remember the double door last year? That was very nice. Only that's in the positive compared to all of these. Do you remember when these were selling for like $10 each? with the Abyss update. Yeah, that was funny. Well, that went down real quick, didn't it? Anyway, we've got these Deep Sea tools, not affiliated with the Deployable collection. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan of this? Also, we've got the pickaxe over here. Ooh, it's got all these barnacles all over it. Ooh. Well, you know, that's on theme. That's cool. That's actually matching up perfectly. It's got seaweed wrapped all around it and whatnot. So, if you're a fan of this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Robstar and Baruric. Let's see how that potentially turns out. But you do have competition. Very notable, bright and shiny competition. Yes, gentlemen, we have the Thundergold Tools right here in front of you. Ever so nice pearlescent white with the ever so shiny gold lightning. Get a good look at that. Very nice, very bright, and very, very deliciously white. Oh yes, so the Thundergold collection is now dabbling into likes of tools. Could we potentially see the likes of a jackhammer? Maybe a hammer? Maybe we could see the likes of some swords and whatnot. Or maybe just some more weapons. What about another attempt at the hoodie and pants? Please. We'll see. What about primitive skins? Nah, we want to see something completely crazy. Right, so regardless, with what we have here, very cool looking design. Let's see if that potentially gets accepted. Thundergold collection has been doing quite alright over the past few months. So, let's quickly go and see. We've had a whole bunch of weapons being accepted somewhat recently. Now, the Thundergold custom SMG going down in price, not too surprising. The DBS, kind of surprising. SAR still holding up, very nice to see. $4 at the moment. The AR, currently at just under $4, very nice to see. Now, all the armour, doing very nicely. Chest plates down by a little bit. It does have quite a lot more quantity on the Steam market compared to the face mask. It's very strange. I never really figured that out. Gloves are doing alright. Boots are down only by a little bit. The whole collection's doing perfectly reasonably fine. You know, for many collections currently out at the moment, we are seeing progress. We are seeing, as we're slowly moving towards like the summertime, many skin prices are improving. And yeah, these two kind of being a bit awkward, that was to be accepted. Yes, we did have buffs to the likes of the custom SMGs recently. Doesn't seem to have really made that much of a difference in regards to all of their prices. Double barrel shotgun skins? I don't know what's up with them. This doesn't really have that much quantity, and yet it's still very much down below its rust door price. Anyway, if we were to see the likes of the tools being accepted, could we see some positivity with this? I don't think we'll see anything spike in demand, spike in price, but I will sit here and say it definitely make the collection stronger as a whole, you know? As a whole, this collection's only been like reinforced and more invested into as more and more skins are accepted, but the prices haven't really gone like up. They've just kind of steadily held, slowly risen a fair bit. You know, that SAR's doing very good at the moment. The AK as well. Out of all the SARs and out of all the AKs that have come out over the past year or so, only these two are on the positive. Yeah, I'm not joking. So that's good. And with the tools, we do have tools currently, I will point that out, and I have said this quite a lot fairly recently. Hatchets and pickaxe skins, they don't really tend to do a very good job in retaining their value. Now, that one did alright, because that sold for 99 cents. It's a big, it's a different story. I think Thundergold would be a very interesting look. We'll see how that potentially turns out. So, at the end of the day, do you like what you see? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to Micro Mr. Morphus. Let's see how that potentially turns out. And what do we have going on here? We already talked about you. Go away. All right, so that was weird. Sorry. Wild Lily Crossbow. Then we've got some Pythons. And then we've got some MP5s, then we've got some Thompsons, and then we've got a pump shotgun. Alright, that'll be cool. Right, so what do we have right here? Mr. Verona trying to set up a brand new Lily collection, Wild Lily collection to be precise. Get a good look at the design right there. Nice wooden carving. Is that like laser design? I don't know what the actual intention is, but regardless, the little leaves and whatnot looks very nice, looks pretty. Alright then, chap. Are you appreciative of this? Do you like what you see? Do you respect it? Do you enjoy the carved wood? Well, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Verona. And what do we have right here? It's the Resurrection Python without glow. This is produced by Oasis and Schumer. Get a good look at that. So on the sides, you can see that very cool looking design on the pattern there. Oh, that's looking pretty good, but it doesn't glow. Just to point that out. Useful red aim sight. Sorry. What is that review today, Hedge? Right, aim down the sight. We don't have it. I am very annoyed. I am seething. I'm raging. Why do the skin creators never aim down the sight? You're supposed to. It's a rule. It's a rule. Well, it does have a useful red aim sight from what we can see there, so we'll let you off. At the end of the day, do you like what you see? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too, and we'll see how this potentially turns out in the future. Best of luck to you too. Next up, what do we have going on here? It's the Mackerel Python. It's a python. It's a mackerel. It's probably water resistant. That's good. So you got a little gif here showcasing everything. Mr. Novarum, hello, hello. You've been away for a while, I believe. Well, you've returned. Aim down the sight. Where's the aim down the sight? Where's my aim down the sight? Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Right. Golden aim sight. Probably not the best for the desert area, but for the other areas, maybe it's going to be perfectly fine. Do you like fish? It might smell, actually. Well, too late. If you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Novarum. Let's move on. What do we have going on here? Yes, we've got more competition. It's the Flame Python with the red aim sight right there and a bit of yellow. Stands out for every single environment, I'm sure. So, get a good look at that. Looking pretty interesting. It's hot. It's on fire. And it could be Sadist's next skin to be accepted. So, if you happen to like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sadist. And what do we have going on here? The Tick MP5. Was this supposed to be Ticky or is it just Tick? I don't know what Tick is, but hey, look at that. Look at that. Looking pretty interesting. Got this orange design aimed down the sight. What do we see? Red useful aim sight right there. Perfection. Thank you very much, Mr. Sendox. So, if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Oh, we got that all on the side there. That's looking very nice. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sendox. Next up, what do we have? It's Mr. Milho Frito and Sakatis Milias play. Oh, it's always playing, sorry. And yes, get a good look at that. Aim down the sight. Oh, got back over there. Back over there. Went too far. I want to look at the aim sight. Right, what do we have? Perfectly fine. We've got an orange aim sight, and it's got like a black tint just over, so it's not like fully coloured in. That's very good. That's totally fine. When you have like an aim sight that's slightly different colours, good for every single environment. Stands out perfectly. So yeah, that's cool. That's looking nice. Orange again. Everyone wants to make an orange MP5 this week, apparently. Well, there you go. If you like what you see, please, by all means, consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Milho Frito and Sakatis Milias. Right, what's this? Thompson's Rage Thompson, the white version, produced by Voodoo. Look at his eyes. He's raging. And for some reason, there's blood everywhere. He accidentally squeezed his ketchup too hard from the rage, and now it's all over him, and now it only makes him rage harder. So, aim down the sight, what do we see? Is it red aim sight? Can't see. I'm blind now. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Is the red splatter all over it helpful? Probably not, especially for the aim sight. At the end of the day, it's up to you. Now, should also point out there's a second version here. This one's yellow with ketchup all over it for sure. Yep, he's got ketchup drizzling from his eyes. Yep, that's definitely ketchup. So if you like what you see, if you're a fan of this, please consider voting yes or no, and try and refrain from licking the gun if you can. Thank you very much. Moving on, what do we have over here? We have a Redemption Collection continuation. That right there is the Redemption Pump Shotgun. Get a good look at the cranberry red shine. Oh yes, so here we go. It's time to talk about Redemption Collection. Do you want to be a Bionicle? I was about to type Bionicle in. Redemption Collection. We recently saw the likes of the Tier 2 armor being submitted. Nothing happened. Not good, but hey, we've had the likes of some interesting weapons over the past 2 or so years, with many skins actually going up in price quite recently. The LR300 most notably, with the recent LR300 buffs. That was sitting there at about $2, now it's sitting there at about just over $4. Doubled in price. Very nice. We've seen the likes of the Thompson and the MP5 improving in price somewhat recently. SAP's been doing very good. Revolver's been doing perfectly fine. Not exactly doing terrible, but it's just fine, retaining its value. That's nice. The armour, you're doing alright, but let's just sit here and say, if we were to see a pump shotgun being accepted, would any of that potentially go up in price, spark and mine and whatnot? I don't know. I will sit here and say this. Last year, the Redemption Collection was pretty much only consisting of weapons. But with every brand new skin we got, we did see like spikes demand, spikes in price for them. People like this. Its counterpart, the likes of the Chameleon Collection, same thing. You know, people was very appreciative of the likes of the nice shiny looking weapon skins we're getting. Those weapon only collections were doing very nice. And then once it got towards the end of last year, suddenly all skins went down in price. The support for the likes of those two collections just suffered. And now, you know, we got the likes of all of this in the negative. Ew. But anyway, only down by 10%, only down by 12%, only down by 2%, down 21%, oof, that's a bit rough. Down 45%, oof, that's a bit rough. But hey, point I'm trying to get across is, it's not actually that bad. So if we were to see another weapon skin being accepted, maybe it would get a lot more eyes looking at the collection as a whole. Maybe people will be appreciating them again. As again, you know, we're literally on the cusp of the summertime. We're expecting very nice prices for all Ruskins. So for you to consider, I'm pretty sure Mr. Slanosta is going to keep at it. What new collection of skins could he produce? Bowskin, crossbow, what else could we potentially see? Why not do deployables? I told you, deployables were cool. Make a sheep and a door. Redemption doors and whatnot would look awesome. Stop saying no, shut up. It would. So, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. But in terms of investing in the Redemption Collection, I mean, as a whole, I think it'll probably do all right regardless as we approach the summertime. But the prices have already improved. So if you invested like 2 months ago, job well done, you did good there, but it might be a little bit too late. Maybe a brand new weapon skin would give it some support, but I can't really sit here and say I'm fully behind the idea of that. So it's up to you. I'm already invested, so let's move on. Scrolling on down, we got the likes of some SAR skins with a collection continuation, and then we do have LR300s. I've accidentally got the AKs in the way, so let's get the AKs here, put the LR300 over there, and yeah, lots of very interesting LR300s have been submitted, because of course with the LR300 buffs, everybody wants an LR300 now. Oh yes. And the skin creators, well, they've obliged in supplying. So first up, let's just go through the likes of the SAR skins. First up, we've got Danielson's Cartoon Chill SAR semi-automatic rifle. Get a good look at that. Very stand out. It's got like a self-shaded design to it. Okay, no, I respect it. Bit goofy, bit silly, but hey, maybe that might be just the thing that everybody wants to see with a SAR skin. Aim down the sight, what do we see? I do like how he scribbled that out. Well, yeah, that is a brownish sort of black aim sight. Should stand out in most environments, so that should be perfectly fine. So, yeah, do you like this? Do you like the whole scheme, the design? Do you think it's silly? Do you reckon it works? Well, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Danielson. Oh my god. Right, moving on. What do we have going on here? It's the Snakebite SAR. So, Sunart very recently produced the likes of a sleeping bag, satchel charge, hunting bow, and, well, we also saw the likes of some hoodie pants very recently. I can't remember if all of that was accepted. Anyway, with the likes of what we have here, a brand new weapon skin, he likes to go hith. He's watching you shoot and he goes hith. Anyway, sorry. Useful aim sight right there as you get judged by a snake. Very nice. Full green. Hey, for those people who enjoy roaming around in their Forest Raider set, do you have a perfectly serviceable pure green SAR skin? Well, maybe this might be the skin for you. Now, first up, let's just quickly go over to here and take a look at that Snakey Bitey collection, please. How are we holding up? What's that collection look like? Oh, we never did get the satchel charge. Alright, anyway. Down 31 and down 47. But SAR. With the likes of this SAR being accepted, could it cause the likes of these two to spike in demand, spike in price? I don't think so. I don't really think there's like a strong link between the likes of these skins. So personally, you could just probably like neglect the sleeping bag and just sit there and say, but it would just end up becoming like a weapon-only collection. Nah, I don't really think it's worth jumping into, investing into. But if we do see a lot of skins being accepted in a fairly decent amount of time, you know, over the course of these next few weeks, if we keep seeing submissions and whatnot, hey, things would probably look optimistic. So good job keeping at it, Sunart. Let's see if this potentially gets accepted, because I think it looks very cool. I think it looks very nice, and I think a lot of people would be appreciating a pure green SAR. Maybe consider making an LR300. Oh, yes. So, best of luck. But personally, the other skins, I don't really want to invest into them. So, best of luck to you. Let's see how that potentially works out. Let's move on. What do we have going on here? So, we have AK-47s. Yep. So, AK is probably not getting as much love at the moment. What with the LR300 becoming a beam, but we are still seeing enough love with the likes of interesting skins being submitted. So get a good look at that design. Get a good look at it. Oh yes, that looks cool. So, produced by Kavahu. Are you a fan of this? Used for aim sight with the black and green tips. Should be good. Cool looking gradient design. If you're a fan of that, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Let's move on to the next skin. What do we have going on here? The AR Sport. You can see how it's slowly built up. Drag and Mr. Norma Van. Looks like they stopped doing garage doors. Good. You really need to stop doing that. You kept making more and more and more of them. But now we've got a very colourful looking AK. That does remind me of a Counter-Strike skin, but with the changes of some colours here and there, I think it's perfectly fine. At least you don't have like a motorcyclist right here. But anyway, get a good look at that. Looking pretty very interesting, very bright, very colourful. Are you a fan of this? Do you like what you see? Well, I mean, I could see a lot of people appreciating something like that. What's the aim down the sight looking like? Aim down the sight, aim down the sight, aim down the sight, aiming down the sight. Please show the aim down the sight image. Right, real quickly, I can point out it does look like we have a light blue aim sight, so that should be good for all environments. Oh, you can just about see it there. Okay, yep, that should be good. That should be good. So, if you're a fan of this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Let's move on to the next skin. And what do we have over here? We're starting off with the LR300s. So, pure white. I don't think we have a whiteout LR300. I don't think we have a Comics LR300. I do know we have an Arctic Skull LR300. So why am I bringing up all these white LR300s? Well, loads of people do appreciate a pure white weapon. When you roam around on the likes of your whiteout or your Comics or your Thundergold, you probably want to have a pure white weapon to accompany it. What with, you know, having camouflage in the snowy environments. But get a good look at that. Real quickly, I could just quickly show you this. I think the Arctic Skull was bought out. Let me just quickly show that off to you. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's currently at $2.42. It was higher, but I'm under the impression a lot more people have started to list theirs in the Steam market, because I do believe it went over $3 at one point. Let's just quickly confirm that. And, well, it's 32 there. Looks like it did go higher at one point. Yeah, someone bought out everything. Ooh. But yeah, it's kind of gone back down again. More listings have appeared, but clearly people are appreciating it. So, yeah, people are appreciating LR300 at the moment. They are working out very nicely, and a pure white LR300 like that probably would get a lot of interest. I wouldn't be surprised. Anything, not a bad idea, but, you know, it's up to people if they wish to vote yes or no. Choice is up to them, so we'll see how that potentially turns out. But you do have a lot of competition, a lot. Starting off with a very notable skin right here. I'm sure you can instantly realise what we're looking at. You know the alien red AK-47, right? Yeah, you do. Glow-in-the-dark aim sight. $150. Let's go quickly find that in the Steam market right about now. So let's go over to here. Let's go try and find one real quickly. Gotta hurry up and scroll down, but for some strange reason, Steam wants to be extra slow. Come on, don't be shy. What's going on? Have we just decided to break? We just decided to break. So typically, you'll probably see the likes of the alien red appear on the front page every now and then. Not always, but yeah, it is expensive. And now it doesn't want to appear even here because the Steam market's being very, very, very annoying. But you know what I'm on about. This has been a go-to weapon for a very long time. AK skin, I should elaborate. And yeah, Steam Market still doesn't want to show everything. Thanks, Steam. You're so helpful. There we go. Thank you. Right, so for a very long time, this has steadily stayed above $100. There's 37 listings here, and, well, lots of listings, I guess you could say, with a very high price, with a lot of support in terms of people trying to buy it for a high price as well. When times are good, it go up. When times are bad, it go down. But, yep, over the course of, like, the past few years, it's just been steadily rising and rising and rising and rising. And at the moment, it's potentially rising to a newer all-time high price. It won't be the absolute all-time high price. That was around when the OTV season was happening. But, yeah, with what we see here, do you reckon the AK could potentially spike in price if we were to see an Alien Red LR300 being accepted? Produced by Mr. MDE, the Alien Red AK was accepted. Oh, here we go. That's going real far back. That must be like 2016, right? 2017. Alright, this was submitted in 2017. It was accepted in 2017. With it having a glow sight. Yep. I do believe it does. Those were only accepted in like 2017. Stops in 2018. Because FacePunch turned around and said, look guys, no more. No more. Alright, no more of that. It's too paid to win. We don't want to have this in Rust anymore. Lo and behold, Mr. MD did produce a version with a glow sight. I wonder what's going to get more of the votes. I wonder. That won't be allowed. I mean, he did it as a joke, I'm sure, but this is not allowed. It will not be making it in the top picks list. The normal one will, but yeah, I'm just going to try and point this out to you. If you're going to vote for the skins, don't vote for the glow sight one. Go vote for this one if you really care about it and whatnot. MDE, perfectly cool looking design, a lovely sequel, but hey, will we actually see a potential acceptance? And do you think the AK-47 will spike in price if it were to be accepted? I think it actually would. Alien Red is already popular, but to see a popular skin actually getting a collection built around it, I can't help but assume people will probably be jumping in and buying some. Now again, it's $150 or $160. Yeah, a few might sell. It might magically go up by about $20. Maybe it pushes up to $200. We'll see. But it normally goes up in price regardless as we approach the summertime. So maybe it'll just kind of prematurely start it up. We'll see. Kickstart, I guess you could say. But yeah. Do you like what you see? Are you a fan of this? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to MDE. But in regards to the Alien Red, I will sit here and say it's probably too expensive. Maybe you're better off investing into other things. That's probably the best answer we could say. There's not that many of them in circulation, apparently. There's quite a lot of them on third-party sites, but even then, the price, it's probably not worth it. So leave that. Let's move on to the next thing. So best of luck to MDE. What do we have that's competing with it? Apocalypse Nomad. So, yeah, Apocalypse Nomad has continued. We've got a cool-looking, battle-worn, interesting-looking design right here. Yeah, good look at that. I hope you appreciate it. Now, this is the first version with a standard aim sight. Looks perfectly fine. No issues, no problems. But this is the Apocalypse Nomad set. And with the past 3 skins being accepted, and all of them having a very interesting aim sight, the version 2, of course, has something very interesting to show. Where did the circle thing go? It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. This could very well be the first ever LR300 with a transparent aim sight. Yep. Get a good look at that. It's got a perfect view. Are you enjoying that? Is that something you'd like to see? Now, you have to question this. Does that really matter to you? Or would you just normally have an aim sight regardless anyway? It doesn't matter then, does it? Because, you know, if you apply attachment and whatnot, you wouldn't care, would you? But to have that available to you by default, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will be appreciating that. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will probably be investing into it, thinking it's going to cause, or it's going to end up becoming quite expensive. Because I will just sit here and say this: the Apocalypse Nomad set hasn't exactly, how do I say this? Worked out beautifully. What do you mean? So if I go to the Apocalypse Nomad skins and we go over to here, what do we see? It's not loading up for some strange reason. Okay, let me just refresh. So let me just quickly continue talking about this. So this is the standard version, perfectly fine for what it is. There's been a reasonable amount of submissions over the past, well, let's say 2 months now. Python wasn't accepted, unfortunately. SAR wasn't accepted, but SAR was being produced just about when the SKS was about to come out as a skin in the Nomad Hazmat pack. But that got scrapped. Let's see if the SAR could potentially be accepted somewhat soon. But we're here to talk about the likes of that LR300. And well, I mean, maybe. We'll see. But like I said, you know, We've got Alien Red, we have the Styrofoam, we've got another collection skin to take a look at in a second as well. But do you like it? Are you a fan of that? Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Zskipper and Dark Schneider. But as I hop over to here, SCMM has decided to break. This isn't boding very well for Mr. Hedge. Nope, no it is not. So we'll just quickly try and refresh one more time. Okay. Whew. Whew. Steam Market don't want to work for me. SCMM don't want to work for me. I'm having a wonderful day today. Yep, it could have gone wrong. But anyway, it didn't. So let's go. Yep, perfect spelling. Perfect typing, I should say. I know how to spell it. I just didn't type it well. These fingers don't listen very good. The Apocalypse Nomad M39 had a pay-to-win aim sight. Down 18%. The AK-47 had a pay-to-win aim sight, down 40%. The Apocalypse Nomad MP5, down 15%. That also has a pay-to-win aim sight. I'm sitting here and telling you, I don't think people care. I think people just whacking on their own attachments and don't even bother to care about the iron sights. So, if we were to see something like that with the LR300, yeah, I don't really think it's going to matter that much. So at the end of the day, it's up to you with what you want to do in terms of your voting power. It's in your hands. Best of luck to you once again. And let's move on to the final LR300 skin. My word, what is this? It is the Porcelain LR300. Get a good look at that. The gold, the shine, the very nice tiled design, I should say, as well. Get a good look at that. So, that's looking cool. That's looking pretty sweet. And this is the first porcelain weapon skin to be produced in quite some time. I believe in over a year now. So let's go remind ourselves of the porcelain collection. And I will bring this up. We've got clothing. We've got armour. We've got weapons. We haven't seen a weapon skin being produced in... Oh, wow. You made an LR300 back in 2021. Well, 3 years later, maybe you'll be successful. So... this is actually a third attempt. Really? Wow. Okay. Wow. Anyway, so back over to here, you can see we have all of this. Now, we've had a pretty good time with the deployables. Didn't see any more being accepted. Oof. But when you look at the likes of this, the weapon skins, the clothing and the armour, alright, maybe that might spike demand a little bit if we see a brand new weapon, maybe, possibly. Not really, I don't think so. I don't think the deployables are going to be going up that much, because again, it's more like if we saw more deployables being accepted, the pre-existing deployables would likely spike demand, spike in price. Hey, and they might still get some attention and whatnot, we'll see. But I will sit here and say this, Vase, I think you should make another attempt for the hoodie and pants. I think you could pull off something very nice now. I know you've had previous submissions and whatnot, but since then, you've only gotten better with your collection here. Let's go and see if you could do something different, something stand out, something interesting. That would be very interesting to see. But aside from that, the LR300, I appreciate the design. I think it looks very cool. And I have to show you this, the aim sight. No, don't tell me he's also done a very cool looking pay-to-win aim sight as well. Yes, he has. Right there. With the circle. It's gone. It's transparent. It's magic. Yeah, you get the idea. Same thing with what we just saw, the likes of the Apocalypse Nomad. So, do you appreciate that? Are you a fan of that? Well, I'm pretty sure you might want to consider voting yes or no. So, by all means, best of luck to you two. We'll see how this potentially turns out. If we were to see the LR300 being accepted, I don't exactly assume all of this is going to spike demand, spike in price, but hey, you've seen the collection. Maybe you want to go buy it yourself, regardless, based on the cool looking designs. And yeah, so let's move on to the next skin. What do we have going on here? Another AK? Oh, no. Oh no, okay, we have another AK. I really shouldn't have had this here. I should have had it with all the other AKs, but yeah, get a quick look at the likes of that. Def Judge AR with some transparency. Where is the transparency? Is it on the aim sight? Do we have it? I mean, it would be nice if you could like make it super noticeable. I think it is the aim sight. Not really. Okay, I don't know where the transparency is. It's not super obvious. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, this is produced by Mr. Minnow McMahon. Get a quick look at that design. Are you a fan of that? Well, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. I'm very sorry that Wait, what? Oh, I must have dragged something. Sorry about that. That was from another window. I dragged it over. I don't even know what Twitch camp is. That was weird. I've got my Twitch window on the side there. I'm very, very sorry about that. Look, do you like this skin? Please, can you vote for this before something else somehow ruins the video? I can't believe myself, this video today. I'm so sorry. Okay, let's move on to the bolt action rifles. First up, we have the Junkernaught bar. Yep, get a quick look at that. Produced by Fuff. Following from the likes of the AK and the MP5. much more grounded in design, fairly aged in design, but that's fine. That's what they're intending. Do you appreciate this? Are you a fan of that? Well, please consider voting yes or no, but I do believe we have a second version here. So this is a lighter version, I guess. Do you like it? Are you a fan? By all means, please consider voting yes or no. Now I'll hop over to this Rust store. You can see the Junkernaught AK there, not really selling that much. We can go over to the MP5, which also didn't sell that much, and it's down by 40% now. So I'll answer this, and I'll tell you. Bolt-action rifles, we didn't really get to see many of them over the past few years, but we did see 2 last year. So let's just quickly show off that. Bar. Do I just type in bar, or do I have to type bolt? Okay, I've got to type bolt, bolt, bolt. No, not Ollie, bolt. I don't care for Ollie. Right, bolt action rifle action. Thank you. Here we go. There we are. Right, so the redemption bar is down by 10%, but the Chameleon bolt action rifle is up to $4.50. Cool. That sold significantly less. So I'll sit here and tell you this. With the likes of these 2 appearing, all of these suddenly went down in price. That's not cool. Yeah, these were quite rare for a good 2 or so years. Then suddenly we got 2 of them accepted last year. Suddenly these weren't so special. They've gone down in price. I will sit here and tell you, a Junkernaught bolt-action rifle probably won't be getting the support of, oh, yeah, we don't really see that many bolt-action rifle skins being accepted. So, yeah, with the AK not being very in demand, the MP5 not being very in demand, I don't really expect any of it to really work out well. Plus, by default, weapon-only collection, yeah. But at the end of the day, if you like the designs, if you're a fan of them, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Fuff. And what do we have over here? Competition. Yes, we also have another bolt-action rifle. This is produced by Armour. I am not sure what the situation is with them. They broke their arm. Now, I'm not sure if they have this readily prepared beforehand. You know, some skin creators do produce a whole batch of skins, and then, you know, they slowly roll them all out, you know. So maybe that was produced beforehand. I do not know. But regardless, get a quick look at that. So what's so special? Well, not too long ago, we had that Tier 2 armour being accepted. And I believe that was just last week, wasn't it? And the answer is, yes, sell Tier 2. So at the moment, this unfortunately isn't holding up very well. It's unfortunate, but hey, on the horizon, maybe we'll see some core pieces. But for now, recently we've seen the AK-47 being accepted. Submitted. And we've had the bolt-action rifle now being submitted. If either of them were to be accepted, could we see a bit of a spike in demand, spike in price for the Tier 2? I don't know. That's not a good answer, Hedge. I know. Sorry. How do I say this? I don't really see weapons boosting clothing and armour that much. It doesn't really happen that much. I'd be surprised. But I think something like this could still do alright. If it doesn't sell that much, all the better for it to rise up in the future and whatnot. But if it were to be accepted, I don't really see it really boosting the Tier 2 that much. I need to see hoodie and pants in Tier 3. But the person who's making this is it's a bit out of action at the moment. So we'll see what potentially happens on the horizon. But, you know, at the end of the day, do you want to see another bolt-action rifle skin being accepted? Consider showing your support to the likes of the Junkernaught and the cell-shading bolt-action rifle. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Archeron. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Feel free to tell me. Okay, now we can move on to the likes of the L96 with a Skullforce L96. So yeah, it's been a while since we saw a Skullforce skin being accepted. Sean Mick, RE Spectre, they tried to see if they could build up a primitive collection. Didn't work out very well. Quite unfortunate. It is what it is. But hey, let's see if we can get some more weapons accepted. That's a perfectly fine approach. So let's just quickly remind you of Skullforce, and let's go see how that's currently holding up. And unfortunately, I don't think it's holding up very well. No. We really would have liked any of this primitive skins to be accepted, but no, Facepunch still won't accept them. I know, it's annoying. So if we were to see an L96 being accepted, would all of that potentially spike in demand, spike in price? Not really, no. Primitive needs more primitive, and and the weapons, well, it probably needs core pieces if anything. So I don't really think that's going to be doing that much. Regardless, if you like the design, if you think that looks cool, if you really do appreciate this Skullforce L96, then you know what, maybe we haven't had that many L96 skins being accepted so far this year, have we? We've only had one, Black Gold, so couldn't hurt for another, do you reckon? Well, please consider showing your support. Please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you two. Let's move on to the final weapon/tool skin of the week, the Underground Rocket Launcher produced by Mishka and Svonspa. Get a good look at that. Right, okay. Is that like a chimney? I don't know. What is it? What am I looking at here? What's the design referencing? Underground. Is it like some sort of mine chimney? Do you know what I'm on about? Basically, a lot of mines, if they wanted to get if they wanted to have air in and whatnot, they'd have like chimneys and whatnot spread around, you know, on the surface. Why am I teaching you this? Anyway, so yeah, I don't know what the reference is. I'm very sorry, but if you like this, if you think it looks cool, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too, and that is the final weapon/tool of the week. Feel free to go through all of those skins once more with the likes of the collection link, which you can see in the description of this video. And well, out of all those skins, which one do you reckon has the best chance of potentially being accepted? Which one is your favourite? Feel free to comment below. That is all the weapon/tools of the week, and next we're going to move on to likes of clothing and armour. I'm going to take a real quick break, and then we'll move on to those. Cool, we have spent more time talking about all of this compared to last week, and then I had all those stupid things happening. I'm very sorry if that potentially messed up the look of any of your skins and whatnot. To everyone who has a skin, you know, here. Sorry about that. I do apologise. I'm a bit all over the place today. I really am. But that's Hedge. It's normal, and I'm very sorry. So, good day, everybody. Shall we now proceed with the likes of the clothing and the armour? Why did I say good day? Well, I mean, I've been here for a while. I thought I could say it again, couldn't I? Right. Straight off the bat. I said that wrong. Let's just continue. We have a interesting collection continuation because this is a beanie hat. That's a beanie hat. I got a lovely little flower crown. I look beautiful. I look pretty. So I'm not hating that. Actually, it's pretty good. That perfectly adds to the likes of that poncho. So, of course, that's not the current week. Let's go over to here. We have the goofy-looking lay poncho. Hasn't sold as much compared to the likes of that golden chains poncho, but that's fine. You know, well, maybe not for the skin creators, but as in terms of a potential nice investment, it has got me thinking. So, yep, that was accepted just after we had the likes of the golden chains poncho. That was the first ever skin to be accepted for Sky Noise and their accomplice. And over to here now, they've come up with a perfect continuation. That right there is a beanie hat, as I've said, and I think it matches up perfectly for all the role players out there, or the you know, the people who want some nice, cool-looking, goofy, primitive skins and whatnot. Hey, look at that with the coconut. I mean, it's perfect, isn't it? So anyway, we have to discuss, if we were to see that beanie hat being accepted, would it be special? What makes you say that, Hedge? Number one, we have not had a marketable beanie hat in about 7 years. I'm not joking. Quickly take a look at the likes of this. Yes, we did have the Twitch drop last year, but before that, Gunner Beenie. Yep, that was for sale. That was sold for $5. What? Well, does it surprise me it didn't sell that much? Anyway. We don't really have that many beanie hat skins. How often are you even making a beanie hat? I know you find them quite a lot. But if you could turn it into a lay-like beanie with all the flowers around on your head, would you like that? I think a lot of people would be appreciating something like that, and I think that poncho would greatly benefit from it. So if you're a fan of that, if you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Now, over to here, the likes of the lay poncho. That right now, okay, it is abnormal for tomorrow. We can do our abnormal barders tomorrow. I will be streaming. Look at the description of this video. You'll see the links to my socials, most notably my Twitch. I will be discussing the lay poncho tomorrow. Now that we've seen an interesting continuation appear, that poncho is looking a little bit more interesting. But by default, ponchos, they're not exactly super great investments. Look at all the recent ponchos we've had. Gold Chains is holding up, though. Gold Chains is holding up, so if that held up well, that as well, based on the fact that they're very similar designs with the transparency, that's for us to discuss tomorrow. So, as of now, I can't give you a solid answer, but I will sit here and say, please consider watching my stream tomorrow as I talk about the likes of that, because it's interesting. That potentially will be helping the value of the poncho at the very least. So, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Sky Noise and Yuichimeke. I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm very sorry. Okay, let's move on to the next skin, because immediately we have another primitive continuation. Mr. Legacy has straight up made a continuation for that burlap head wrap. We have the burlap shirt and the pants. I really do feel like he should have had a full set with the poncho on as well, but it is what it is. So that looks cool, that looks goofy, that looks silly, alright? Now, we did have a discussion. How often are you even going to be using the likes of the burlap head wrap? Shut up. Do you even skin a burlap head wrap? Shut up. Doesn't matter. You got a primitive set right there, and whilst it's shiny and goofy and very silly, I do know people would appreciate something like that. So looking over to here, the likes of the Chainmail head wrap, it sold fairly okay. It looks like it's going to match up close to the rounds of the sales that the poncho had, which was about 16,500 sales almost. That's gone back down again. That went up to $2.30 at one point. Now it's gone back down again. People just couldn't help themselves, could they? They just had to unload all of their stock, I bet. No, just didn't really hold the interest. Okay, well, that gives us a much better understanding in regards to the situation. So, yeah, I repeat, that went up to about $2.30 at one point, and then slowly it's gone back down again. So, do you reckon the exact same scenario could happen all over again? If we were to see the likes of the burlap clothing being accepted, would the poncho rise up but then go back down again? Or do you reckon, with more primitive skins being accepted, potentially, that would actually do a better job in retaining its value, holding its value, not going down immediately in price afterwards? It's only got 57 listings on the market at the moment, but I do know quite a lot of them were bought on the day when we saw the head wrap being accepted. It's up to you to consider, but both of these are likely to end up with around 16,500 sales by Thursday. If anything, that might just do about a few more sales. Maybe it'll go up to about 17,000 sales. It's not that much more compared to that. That'll be fine. So, again, this is something where we're going to have to discuss it a little bit more tomorrow. That head wrap is not abnormal, but we'll still be discussing prices and how we might want to approach it. The fact that we've got an immediate continuation, perfect, love it. I'm very grateful for it, because that's definitely going to make us think more. But at the end of the day, it's up to you now. Do you like what you see? Do you want to see something like this potentially being accepted? Do you want to become a knight on his noble steed and do some jousting? Yes, we need like a long sword that's like a big joust. That would be cool. Face punch, you can only make that. So we'll see. By all means, gentlemen, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Legacy. We'll see how it turns out, but I can't really give you a definitive answer on the chainmail stuff at the moment, so we'll have to move on. Alright, following that, we do have some other interesting things going on over here. So we got the likes of a Pharaoh burlap head wrap with some transparency, produced by Shaft and Henon. Get a good look at that. Now, in all fairness, that does look a bit ridiculous, but I can sit there and say that does look very cool. That does look very cool. That's awesome. So, bright, colourful. He's a pharaoh. Of course he's going to look royal. He's going to look grand. He's going to look special. He's going to stand out ever so nice. And, hey, you know what? I'll give them credit. As I said, looks very cool. Could they go a step further with even more primitive skins for this set? Look at that. That looks awesome. Yeah, I think it looks great. I think you should wear your mummy wraps all the time and wear that, and exactly like that. You can pretend to be the mummy like that. That's awesome. That's really cool. Okay, I'm a fan of that. If you like it too, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. We'll see how that potentially turns out. Next up, we do have this Desert Protection poncho produced by Demon. Very nice and creative. It's orange. It's Desert Protection. Cool. So if you like that, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Demon. Right, scroll down a little bit more. We've got a drum helmet. Ooh, and then a Norseman fur jacket. Right, so, do you like drumming? We don't have that many bucket helmet skins, do we? We did get the KFC knockoff design from like a year or so ago. Oh my word, sir, put some clothes on. We need more than just a bucket, Mr. McQuarrie, but seriously, put some clothes on. Naughty. Put some underwear on. If you like what you see, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. I wasn't talking about the nudity, I was talking about the likes of that drum bucket helmet. So yes, moving on. Next up, what do we have here? Collection continuation, Norseman fur jacket. So, recently, Khokhloma and Yanlar have produced the likes of the Norseman Tier 2, and of course the hoodie and pants. And, well, recently we did see the likes of the Tier 3 being accepted. I will sit here and say, and it is some criticism, you shouldn't have submitted all of this so quickly. You really shouldn't have done that. Anyway, regardless, all those skins, they might be competing with each other at the moment, but who knows, maybe it's going to potentially give you a bit of a boost in regards to seeing if we can get a continuation for this Norseman set. So, Norseman Tier 3, it does not matter. If we see hoodie and pants, Tier 2, or the jacket skin, you will see a spike in demand, spike in price. It might not go absurdly high in price, but I would sit here and say, yes, it's looking to be a pretty interesting potential investment. Jacket by default, yeah, that would definitely probably still have a nice positive effect on the likes of the Tier 3 armour. It would be probably better with the likes of hoodie and pants, of course, and, well, maybe Tier 2 as well, but you get the idea. Doesn't matter, so as long as we see a continuation, it should work out very nicely for these. Now, they only did about 11,000 sales bare minimum, which is okay, that's fine, nothing ridiculous. I don't see any issues with that. I can see it working out pretty okay in the future, but we do need to see those continuations. So, back over to here. Do you like it? Are you a fan? Do you reckon the jacket looks perfectly reasonable? I think it does. Like, it's not a ridiculous jacket. It's like perfect. I found a deer and I cut it up and now I wear its flesh as my perfectly nice, warming, comforting clothing. You know, something like that. What's that? It was poetic. Shut up. Cool. Anyway, so if you like what you see, and if you want to be nice and warm in the winters, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, calculating Yanla. Let's see how that potentially works out. Hedge, you're so weird. I know. That's why people watch. Alright, so we've got some hoodie and pants to take a look at. First up, we've got the likes of the Symbiote, I think you wanted to say, but maybe that's copyrighted, so we'll say Symbiote. Hoodie and pants produced by Mr. Delaroy. The Symbiote. And this is a Symbiote, and as you can see, he has completely captured and taken control of this set of clothes. It withstands crushing blows and any barrage of firearms. Okay, that's cool, that's cute, that's interesting. So, this Symbiote, if you like what you see, by all means, please consider showing your support for it. Please consider voting yes or no. You really should have worn the what was it, the whale face mask? What's it called? You know one about the sharp teeth. I'm just saying that would have worked. It would have worked. It's the Twitch drop. I can't remember the name of it. Damn it. Sorry, but you know what I'm on about. So, yeah, by all means, please consider showing your support. Best of luck to you, Delaroy, the Symbiote. Right, next up, what do we have? Pitbull. That's not copyright, is it? The little pupper. Moving on, anyway. Pitbull, hoodie and pants. Look at that. He's got scratches all over him. This dog's been in the wars. He's been fighting. He loves a good scrap. So, do you like this? Are you a fan of this design? I do believe the previous week we had that tier 3 armour being, submitted. Maybe we've got a brand new set potentially on the horizon. Maybe you might appreciate something like that as some interesting desert camouflage. So, if you like what you see, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Sepesh. And what do we have over here? It's some green hoodie and pants produced by Multi-Arhat Boris and Damned In. Get a quick look at this. Looks like it's just about the perfect shade of green for that lovely plains green coloration. Should be good, should be good, should be good. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. We would like to see some more green clothing and armour. As much as you might sit there and say, no, we don't want to see more camouflage. No. You don't want to see any more very expensive camouflage. If it was a lot more affordable, you'd like it then. You probably wouldn't complain so much, because if everybody can afford it, then it won't be such a problem. Forest Raiders is a problem, because it costs $250 for the full set. So stop complaining. And let's hope if we could see some more budget options for the green camouflage. If you like what you see, please, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you too. Let's see how this potentially works out. Right, scrolling on down, what do we have here for Tier 2 armour? Why, we do happen to have a nice looking collection continuation. So, we finally have the Tier 2 armour being submitted for the Desert Beast collection, produced by 1RJ and 34633. Get a good look at that. And now let's quickly hop over to here. Take a look at that Desert Beast. Desert Beast. No, Desert Beast. Thank you. It's just over... there it is. Right. So, we've had the Tier 3 armour, we've had the hoodie and pants. Now, very weirdly, this set actually started off as a primitive set. I would have loved to have seen the more primitive skins, but hey, it is what it is. We now have all the core pieces potentially on the horizon. So, my answer is, if the Tier 2 was to be accepted, would that be a nice thing? Yes. That hoodie and pants, that Tier 3, there we go. Because, of course, new core pieces, pre-existing core pieces with spike demand, spike in price. Then on the horizon, boots and gloves. Wouldn't be surprised. We'll see if that potentially works out. I think that very likely could be a completed set. With a full dark brown set. Now, this is all hypothetical. If we are going to have a brand new biome in the future, what will the main colour of that brand new biome be? We made a joke about maybe it could be like a volcanic island. Would the volcanic island be mostly brown with all like the dark minerals and whatnot, all the rocks and whatnot? Don't know. We've also mentioned earlier maybe it could be a jungle with that tiger potentially on the horizon. Who knows? But anyway, with what we have here, doesn't matter. If we see that new core piece being accepted, that hoodie and pants and that Tier 3 will be spiking in demand, spiking in price. Will it last forever? Probably not, but you should expect the prices to be better than what they are currently now. So it's up to you to consider. It's up to you to consider making a nice investment, more specifically. It's in your hands, but also... do you actually like the design? Are you a fan of this? Look at that lovely scratch in the bum. Oh, perfect. Right, so, gentlemen, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, 1RJ and 34633. Let's see how this potentially works out in the future. Let's move on to the final batch of skins, this Tier 3 armour. Right. Yes, we're all done now. Alright then, so, Daft Punk, really? Yes. I was about to sing a Daft Punk song, but then I realised I don't have any words. Well, most of them. Don't make me start humming it. Around the world. Hedge, shut up. Right, so yeah, pretty sure that's some sort of Daft Punk theme skin there. I mean, not hating Le Cramp. I do appreciate something like that. That looks pretty cool. So if you're a fan of that design, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Le Cramp. What do we have over here? We have this cool looking Agent Tier 3 armor. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. So you got like the suit, the face. Oh yes. This man is dressed up and smart. He's looking proper dapper in his work. Right, so looking pretty cool. I guess you could say it could be a budget blackout set. What do you reckon? Good enough? What do you reckon? Alright, so if you're a fan of this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Holodno. By Windows key. Next up, Urban Camo Tier 3. Right, so what's that? A certain someone made a lovely joke saying, this man's gonna turn himself into an alien red. You know who you are. Right, so yes, it's not the Alien Red Tier 3, it's the Urban Camo Tier 3 produced by Mr. Kosem. What would red be for a camouflage? Well, if you're standing next to the brick walls, maybe it might be good enough. Shouldn't you have like a more brick design then? Anyway, if you like what you see, if you're a fan of that, please consider voting yes or no. But I still don't know what the camouflage is. You got me questioning it. Right, let's move on to the next skin. What do we have over here? Brutalist? Right, so this gets weird. We've had Brutalist deployables, haven't we? Doors and whatnot. That was produced by Duck. Then we had a whole batch of Brutalist weapons being produced. They weren't accepted, but they were produced by Diaz. Now Fresh has turned up and said, hey, I'm going to go make some Brutalist clothing and armour. And here we are. At the end of the day, all the skins I've seen, they do match up to Brutalist design, which is basically not very pretty and kind of ugly. Not to say that as a bad thing, that's like intentional. That's like what they're intending to do, because Brutalist isn't exactly the most appealing looking of designs for architecture. So yeah, it looks exactly what you'd think it would be. You got all the cracked cement. You can see the metal plating that's meant to keep it all in place. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. You've matched up to the theme perfectly, Fresh. So let's see if that potentially works out quite alright. Are you a fan of this? Or maybe you're not, but maybe you can appreciate what it's trying to be. By all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Mr. Fresh. What is this? The Poly Carapace face mask and chest plate. Get a good look at this. It's kind of alien-like. It's a bit weird. You've got the black top there with the weird-looking white bit here. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. So it's supposed to like be insectoid or something. You should really put some clothes on. I saw too much. That man came packing. Right, anyway. He did, didn't he? Alright, so. I don't think that comes with the Tier 3. I'm just going to put that out. I don't think it comes with the Tier 3. But at the end of the day, do you like that Tier 3 design? Are you a fan of that? Well, please consider voting yes or no. And Decap, put some pants on. Next up, what do we got over here? We got the Stone Age Tier 3 armor produced by Kaiden. So, are you just stuck in a Stone Age? Huh. You should really consider doing Bronze Age. What about the Golden Age? Anyway, so get a good look at that. Pretty cool. I would have made it look a little bit more stone, if that makes sense. Because I don't know. It's marble? Not really. What am I trying to say? It looks a bit too well crafted, but then again, you can't really do that much in regards to... If you wanted to make it look literally like rock, you'd have to make a mesh himself with 3D modelling, and I don't think he can pull that off. So at the end of the day, it's a good attempt. Like, I don't want to sound mean, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, to a point, but yeah. I like the little scratching and whatnot to show that someone's actually been trying to chisel it and whatnot. So that works. That's cool. I can respect that. And if you'd like some proper DIY, makeshift, cool-looking clothing and armour, Mr. Kaiden can get it made for you without even needing of a budget. You know, he could just make it all himself. Just give him enough rocks. So, or big enough rocks. We need some boulders. All right, maybe that might be a bit hard because you've got to get big boulders and you've got to send it to him. It's going to be quite heavy. Shut up, Hedge, just move on. So, best of luck to you, Mr. Kaiden. We have the final Tier 3 piece to show off for this week, and of course the final clothing armour piece for this week. It is Zinc and Gunya's Sphinx Tier 3 armour. And we did see something very similar earlier with that Pharaoh set, but this is core piece. This is Tier 3. The previous one was Burlap head wrap and poncho, I believe, or some burlap clothing. Anyway, this is different, so shut up. Get a good look at that. Cool looking design. Are you supposed to be a kitty cat? Good. All things should be like a kitty cat. Anyway, so, meow. Do you like this design? Are you a fan of this? Do you appreciate He's also a mummy. Look, he's wearing the mummy wraps. Oh, he listened to me. He listened to my idea. Cool. So, yep, if you're a fan of this, by all means, please consider voting yes or no. Best of luck to you, Zinc and Gunya. And that's it. That's all of the clothing and armour pieces. So, out of all of those, which one was your favourite? Which one do you reckon has the best chance of potentially being accepted in the future? And out of all of these skins that you see here, which ones were your favourites? Which ones do you think will be accepted in the upcoming Rust stores? That was the May 7 batch of skins. Yep. I hope you appreciated those. So, of course, we only just talked about my skins today. If you could quickly keep your eyes on the screen, I'll bring up to you. You should definitely keep an eye on the likes of the top picks from TGG this week. No video, it seems, unfortunate. But yeah, this is like the official list, right? This is the list that's going to get shown to Face Punch. Please take a look at this list. I know we've been seeing a lot of early picks recently, that being the skins we've basically seen here. In short, don't be surprised if we see about 5 of the skins in this list this week, potentially being accepted in the next roster in 2 days' time. But by default, you should expect typical picks. Typical picks being the skins you see in the newest top picks list. So get a good look at all that. Whilst we have had early picks in the previous week, you should still expect quite a lot to be here potentially. So who knows, maybe we'll get some new weapons, some new deployables from here, maybe, just maybe, some interesting clothing and armour, potentially, maybe, possibly, we shall see. With some more Burlap head traps. Right, so consider giving that a good look, and maybe you might see some new skin creators that you should start following as well. I should also bring up Mr. Micro's website right here. Let's just quickly get up to date. Oh, there we are. Alright, so we have all the newest skins here. If you don't want to get yourself set up with a followed authors list, just use micro522.com. Look at all the skins by date submitted. It's a simple click and there you go. But what I want to do is I want to see what the top scoring skins are so far. So far, Ramen Shop Garage Store seems to be getting quite a lot of love. Wow, you really do. You've only just come out somewhat recently. I'm surprised by that. And then Kavahu's AK as well. Okay, well, there you go, I guess. What about upvote to downvote ratio? So, Z-Skipper's Apocalypse Nomad LR300, steadily in the lead. It's got a lot of upvotes compared to downvotes, but not really that many upvotes. Well, we'll see. Flame Python in third, with the Ramen Shop second. Alien Red LR300. That doesn't have that many votes either. That's weird. Hang on a minute. So, how can these skins have so many upvotes? But then you got, like, Alien Red and Apocalypse Nomad not really having that much. Even Fancy Orbs Twitch Drop Rock has less than that. That's a bit odd. Well, anyway. Odd. Porcelain, you have hardly anything as well. What's going on? Thundergold, you... Well, alright, well. Some things can be a little bit strange when you look at these upvotes and downvote ratios, but at the end of the day, just look at the scores. Look at the upvote downvote ratios, see the support, see where potential skins could be selected, and yeah, you get the idea. So don't forget to show your support for those skins as well. Upvotes and downvotes do help in terms of keeping the morale up for all these skin creators. And well, yeah, that's it. That's everything. So I hope you appreciated today's video. I actually think it's a little bit shorter compared to the previous week. And you still made some screw-ups and whatnot, Hedge, but that's normal. To a point. Right, so thank you very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hope you have a lovely week. Have a good time tomorrow with the Abnormal Barders and enjoy yourself on the likes of Thursday with those brand new skins being accepted. What will we see being accepted? Hopefully some things that will make me happy. And of course, it will be seeing things that will make me depressed. You know it. You know it is. I can't speak anymore. I'm done. I've said too many words. I'm done. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye. Have a good one.